Greetings, I'm David, and this is RimWorld. So, if you don't know what RimWorld is, well, it's a survival base builder type of game. About a year ago or so, I played a game called Going Medieval, which I referenced as being a 3D RimWorld where you played in medieval times. Well, this is the game that I'm referencing is RimWorld, where you oftentimes crash land on some Rim world out in the vast universe, and you have to survive. So I played a little bit of it, just kind of refamiliarizing myself with the game, and we are going to go with Crash Landed. Um, some of the other ones are and change things up a bit, but Crash Landed is the traditional scenario. So let's see, we got three different types. We got Cassandra Classic, which is again the classic sort of way to play the game. Phoebe Chillax, um, it's a lot more peaceful, laid back. And then we got Randy Random, which things are a lot more randomized. Attacks can range in difficulty. I think we're going to stick with Cassandra Classic for today. And let's see. I think just Adventure Story is fine. You can kind of choose your difficulty however you want. Losing is fun, it being the most difficult one, while peaceful being the easiest. And of course, like there's no shame in doing an easier run. If that's just what you want to do or you want to get used to the game, that's perfectly fine. So I think we're going to stick with Adventure Story because that's about middle of the road. It's a little on the easier side, but it should still be fun. I'm not looking to have a super tough first RimWorld campaign here. Um, let's see. Yeah, definitely reload anytime mode. Just because of the nature of it being a let's play, I'd rather have that um, freedom. Um, there was a way to turn this off, just so it's not uh, popping up, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, so I think I'm more or less going to um, more or less going to kind of keep everything about uh, even here on normal. Um, let's see. These giant insect-like creatures live underground and burrow up. Actually form. Okay, I think I definitely don't want that. I don't like insects. I don't really want to deal with them. The rest are fine. Insects are just annoying because they can kind of spawn whenever you're digging, and that's just anyone who's played the game and has dealt with insects knows that they're not really the most fun and they're pretty dangerous. All right. Needy. So this is the seed that I'm apparently going with. Needy. Okay. I'm playing a completely vanilla game here. No mods, none of the new expansions. This game doesn't really go on. It does go on sale. It's not like Factorio where it doesn't go on sale at all. But it's pretty. It's only like a 10% sale. Now, that being said, you're going to get plenty of bang for your buck here. There's a lot to this game, and is very replayable, and that's often a factor for a lot of people is how much enjoyment can I get out of this and how much replay value can I get out of this. So let's see. I think we're going to be trying to go for the classic RimWorld experience here. So nothing like super difficult, but reasonable. A reasonable playthrough here. Rainforest. So I'm kind of looking for a foresty area. Preferably someplace not too close to another settlement, but still like reasonable. Arid shrubland. I'd prefer a foresty type of area just because I like to make stuff out of wood, especially early on. Temperate forest, mountainous. I'd like to kind of settle along a river. Sure. Why don't we go with this? So click next. Now, I'm going to try not to take too long with this, but we'll see. I already don't like this person because, one, they are incapable of cleaning. So, I'm fine with one thing being incapable, but when they have, like, 3 things, it just becomes... nah. Alright, so what I primarily look for in starting people is I like to have at least one person who can shoot, one person that can melee, and then I like to make sure that at least one person can plant, one person can intellectual, and then one person can medical. The rest of the stats are kind of not as big of a deal. Frail and bad back aren't great, but that's not... Ooh, this person's 79. Like, in actual... in like, I think we're gonna have to random again for you. Okay, so good social, good melee, has some good shooting, and generally when I say I look for someone with a good stat, I'm referring to do they have passion for it. Passion are symbolizes by these little flames. The bigger the flame, the bigger the passion for it, and passion equals they will gain experience for the skill faster, and that's always good to me. So this guy's a brawler, which pairs well with his melee. His good social, which is not bad. It's not the most important thing to me, at least. And he does know how to plant. All right, 59. Good animal, good mining. Has some of the crafting and artistry type stuff. Incapable of social, that's fine. And 2 night owls. Wimp. I think we'll take Terry. Okay. Let's see. We got this person. Man, all of our people are really old. Like, I'm not expecting, 5-year-olds, but it seemed like we started off with a lot of old people. I am going to random this person, since I really want someone who has some type of shooting, and preferably someone who has some kind of intellectual. Because, like, none of our people have intellectual. I wish you could kind of, like, save a person and Ooh. Can you... I would love to take this person, honestly. Who was that person that we got rid of? Is it this one? Mining, animals. I think we're gonna go with these people. Honestly, this medical person might be worth more to me. Actually, like literally everyone that we left behind was better than the people that we had originally selected. I kind of wish that you could take a few more. Like I realize the normal scenario is supposed to be with 3 people, so medical, shooting. Melee and social. I feel like there was one other one that was just a little better. Yeah, I think Von Real is better. I think this is who we're going to go with. So Von Real, Fedosia, and Terry. So Terry has decent mining, some decent animal, and a few of the crafting type skills. They have passion for those things. Fedosia, not the exact look I would go for, but I don't really have much of a choice with the looks. Doja has good shooting and melee, has some cooking passion, and is intellectual. So they'll be like our dedicated researcher. And Von Real has good shooting and melee, some construction, medical, and some social. So I think this primarily covers everything other than plants. Plants is really the only thing. Did we have anyone that had some plant? Gerald. Yeah. That was about it. It's not the end of the world. And obviously we will get new colonists as we go. So let's just check their... Okay. Incapable of artistic is not terrible. The only person that I could see maybe is switching Von Rail out for Gerald. But he has good construction and good shooting. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this. So let's go ahead and generate the map. It only took a little less than 15 minutes. Not bad. Alright, so land in our escape pods. Let's quickly pause. Kind of take a look around. Ooh, wow, this is a big mountainy. I mean, I know that was going to be sort of the thing for this area. Are we going to be mole people? Ooh, that's actually kind of tempting. I kind of wish this lake wasn't right here. All right, so it's unfortunately a lot of our stuff landed in the water. Okay, let's go ahead. Very, very minimal build space here. So it's gonna look like we're going to be doing some kind of mountain. Uh, we're going to be playing Dwarf Fortress here. Let's see. Let's go ahead, get our zones. So here's the first thing that we need to do. We need to make a little stockpile zone. So this is just sort of generic stuff. And let's make a little dumping stockpile. Not okay. I guess it's gonna merge them. That's I didn't think it would do it with these, but I guess we need to put a little space in between. So the regular stockpile is more for all varieties of goods, while the dumping stockpile is like corpses and chunks, like this stuff up here. Now again, I'm not playing with any mods. Mods definitely make this game a heck of a lot better. It makes the pawns less stupid, in particular. That's one of the things, and just a lot of quality of life type of stuff. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is our miner. This is our shooter. So I'm gonna have you equip the bolt shotgun. You're the other shooter. Let's go ahead and have you equip the revolver. And then I'll just have you equip the flat steel knife. Yes, game, I'm aware. We need colonist beds. Okay. So it's actually a really good thing we turned off the bugs. Because if we had bugs, we would constantly get attacked. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to orders. So this is your mine, your cut wood, harvest crops, all that type of stuff. Tame certain animals. I'm going to go ahead and just cut through the mountain here. We're probably going to have to like board all of this up so that we can actually use it. Hopefully this stuff doesn't... that might be... Yeah, it wasn't ideal that it was putting stuff there. I'm actually trying to find where a good sort of place to set up base is. I feel like in the mountain is really going to be our best bet here. So let's see. I think temporarily, though, we do need to kind of prepare for a wood-based structure, probably somewhere like out here. It doesn't need to be a super large structure for right now, just some place to get out of the elements. Let's see. Let me make this one larger. And then let's get the chop wood. So yeah, unfortunately we do not have a good not slaughter, sorry. Hunt. We do not have a good planter of any kind, so early on, we're probably going to need to rely on... Come on, buddy. Just... This is one of the things that mods really help with. Like, you give someone an order, and then they don't just drop like something that they're carrying to go and do that. They just hold on to it and then drop it off. Yeah, I would very much like... Hopefully they prioritize getting the stuff that's in the water over the stuff that's on dry land. Would also like this. Before I do anything, okay, so work. So I oftentimes put on manual priority just because I find that to be better to set everyone accordingly. So I usually give everyone sort of a 1 priority in the first 5 things. So firefight, patient, doctor, bed rest, basic. Basic is sort of just basic things. As you can see in the little in the little tooltip there. Flick switches, release prisoners, open containers, basic stuff. And then from there, it's kind of dependent on what it is, but like, and when I kind of need it. So this person, so I would consider this to be a higher priority. And I'll take Cook off of Wilkerson. I don't know what determines it, like what the game considers to be worth prioritizing. I will give you Hunt. Then I think Vaughn had something. I would actually kind of prefer if Vaughn hunted, because he has the better gun for it. Construction. I am going to turn you down to 3 because I do want you to prioritize construction first, and I'm going to turn up Hull on everyone because I want this stuff done and taken care of before we really sort of get started here. Clean, I tend to keep everyone at 3. Turn your mine up because you're the primary person that's going to be mining. This, oh, it's jade. First I thought it was gold. Smithing probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Crafting, what is... make things at crafting spots, work at refineries. Okay. I think for right now, these like 4 right here tend to be sort of the crafting area, and you don't really need to worry about them early on. Research, grow. Yeah, you're the only person with any kind of plant skills. Now, that being said, you can obviously have more people doing these as long as they're not like incapable of it. The main thing is you kind of want to put the people who have passion for it in that position over people that don't have passion for it, because otherwise they're not going to get as much experience for it, which uh, looks like Mason. Okay, I think this one's actually named Mason. Yeah. I think I was reading their last names, not their first names. All right. Good job. I should probably go ahead and not have every animal currently selected. Just because we do want to kind of, we obviously want some amount of food coming in through animals, but okay, let's see here. I don't know why it changes sometimes. Let's go ahead and go to the floors. We'll grab wood floors, put down wood floors. I realize flooring everything does take a lot of time and resources, but it also helps increase construction skill and it helps prevent tracking as much dirt around. Now, obviously, you're still going to track around dirt because everything else is dirt, but minor details. Okay, so I often play with speed 2. I find it to be the most comfortable to play with. Okay, so we are going to need butcher's table. Yeah, I'm aware, game. And we're going to need a a stove of some kind. Now, we might want a stockpile over here of like wood and stuff. Just like, I don't know, probably right here. It's fine. So let's set this to probably buildings. Again, I'm not an expert at this game. I never claim to be an expert at any game, because that's just a dangerous thing to say, especially on the internet. Let's see. Here we go. So bear with me on some things, because again, I don't remember everything about the game. I'm figuring a few things out as I go, but I have played this a little bit at least. So this is obviously not going to be like a permanent setup, but it should at least be good enough for now. I'm going to disallow this stuff because I want them to kind of prioritize getting this stuff that's out in the river before we do anything else. Hopefully I don't forget about it. Specifically, I really want the wood in particular because that's the stuff that's going to get destroyed. The steel is fine. The steel won't matter. Like, it's steel. It's not. It doesn't rust. There's no such thing as rusting in this game. So. Okay. So as far as schedules go, let's see here. Right. We do have a night owl. Do we have two, or was that one of the people that we got rid of? Soaking wet. Yeah, you're going to be soaking wet. Oh, well. Okay, I think we got rid of one of them. So the night owl, which is this person, unfortunately, they're going to be kind of unhappy regardless of what we do. But what I generally like to do is set them up with a sleep time, sort of like 7, 8, maybe 9 area. And then have them all do sort of recreation around the time they would normally go to bed. Just to... Now, these aren't like mandatory. Well, they kind of are. So if you set like these 2 hours to be sleep, they're going to sleep during that time, and then they'll sleep until they are done or are good on sleeping. So you don't necessarily need to set them for like a full 8-hour sleep or something. They'll kind of do it if they are ready for it. Okay, so one other thing that we need to do is we need to make some sleep spots. It's first night. They realize things are going to be crappy for a little bit, so they always have a extremely low expectations buff in initial optimism. So it's fine. They're fine. All right. So I think the only other thing we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead, make a couple growing zones. Nothing super fancy, just a couple of little spots to kind of get some variety. And then I like to put a little horseshoe sort of in the middle. So let's see, we got some potatoes. Now, I'm trying to remember. Nutrition, harvestable, fertility requirement. This is the one thing that I don't remember is the fertility requirements, fertility sensitivities. I think there is a affordance. This relates to construction. Ground only accept light and medium buildings, but not heavy ones. Bridges can only be built on water. Yeah. Beauty. Room stats display. Fertility. Right. Okay. So let's see here. I thought it normally told you somewhere what the okay, stony soil, okay, so I think as long as we put it sort of like in here, yeah. So I think as long as we put like rice here and then some corn, I guess, maybe. Potatoes don't really care. They can kind of go wherever as long as they can be planted. And then maybe some cotton. I think that's what I kind of went with my first time. It's like that. Okay. All right. And I think with that, I'm going to put a cut in here. Hopefully everything goes well. Knock on wood, it's RimWorld, so you know, nothing will ever go well. But I think it will shape out to be a pretty interesting playthrough for sure. I do kind of dig like this defensive mountain choke point right here. We'll have to kind of see what we want to do with this. There is, wow, like a third of the map is just covered with the one single mountain. So this ought to be interesting. I could definitely see like so many possibilities. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I can already tell this is gonna be a lot of fun and a lot of pain. But sometimes those things go together. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.